Hello everyone and welcome to QualityOldGames. Today we are having another How Good Is test, and this time we are testing the Archer Warband. Actually, in my opinion, one of the carrying units for Dacia. But let's see how they will fare in this test over here. What I like about them is that they are fast moving. So that's already something. Okay, let's see if we can put some distance between us and them. Perhaps a bit more still. Oh, that's not a good place to be. Okay, and they are pulling back. So I guess no use in running then. We get tired. Okay, let's pull back. Well, perhaps we cannot quite corner camp. But I guess we can do something over here. Okay, perhaps you could break. Great. Okay, fire, fire, fire. Fire. Okay, great. Now break the general. And you can begin to chase.
The enemy warlord flees from our warriors. Attack and drive them back in the same way.
Okay, actually, don't go chasing. Let's just hope that we can keep enough of them breaking so that they don't really rally.
The enemy warlord flees from our warriors.
Okay, I think it's... Let's give it a try now. Okay, and it's a victory. Rather nice.
And victory is ours, but chance played its part.
Okay, in this one we need to get some shots into their backs. And that means practically no fire at will. And then some of you guys need to occupy them. So we can get those proper back shots. This is actually attempt number 2. And in the first attempt, I kind of got into a situation where I had lost some, say, 20 men. And they had lost 5/6 of their troops. And practically I lost it, because they were in Testudo. My men became wavering when they were close. I had only arrows left with one unit, say a bit over half. And then they came out of Testudo, and that actually broke the unit that was close by. And there went my rest of my arrows, and practically the battle as well. So I'm dearly hoping that this will go a bit better here this time. Okay, that's Testudo already. So we can focus on because when they make Testudo, they kind of become stationary. And that works for us really nicely. Even though it's harder to inflict casualties on Testudo, even if we are firing from the back. But in any case, the increased or decreased speed of the unit is rather clearly worth it. It seems they're considering running, which means that perhaps it's time for you guys to run too. Okay, 60. Okay, these guys began to run as well. How are you doing? Fair enough. Okay, not too many of these left. Indeed. Indeed. So the plan is to take care of these and then focus on the command unit. Okay, great. So you can cease fire. Well, perhaps you can fire one volley, and then let's get into position for that general unit. And actually, I think we shouldn't move too much. let's make... Yeah, it seems that they are coming after something else. That something else is this one. It's kind of okay for us. It has the least amount of arrows. Okay, you're making testudo now. Okay, run for your lives. Oh no, it will break. Yeah, these guys are not kind of the morale giants. But I think we have inflicted enough damage. Okay, and... Glad that you decided to join us. Okay, and fire the final rounds. You cease fire, and there they go.
Warlord shows his worth.
Great.
Nothing. Any of our warriors would die rather than run.
If you can actually knock them out, that would be great. Especially that.
Killed the enemy general. Now his men show fear. Now they may turn and run. Attack! Attack!
So the testudo is... Here is the soft backside of it. Okay, and let's get you into position. So once again, about 2 per volley. Okay, some damage being done. Okay, and that's it. Nice enough.
They are crushed like beetles beneath your heel. This is a stunning victory.
Whereas the previous one went quite nicely, I'm expecting to this be rather horrible, even though they are giving us some free shots. That's very nice of them, but overall, once they decide to charge, I think that's pretty much it. Okay. I was almost hoping for a rear shot, but unfortunately that was not the case. Okay, and there they go. So perhaps in recent videos you have been hearing a bit more of war cries. That's our 2-year-old. She's with her mom and doesn't have anything as a matter with her. She has got a cold, so that's the reason for the recent war cries. So no need to worry about her. She's taken care of. But yeah, our Archer Warbands, on the other hand, have not been taken care of, or perhaps too thoroughly by the enemy. So quite clear defeat, expected defeat. Unfortunately on this one the enemy outranges us, so we need to try to inflict as many casualties as we can before they will begin to fire back. And this is actually attempt number 2. I was caught by surprise by enemy Velites that came into melee and actually broke the troops. So that was nasty of them. Okay, so perhaps we should pull back a bit. Because one unit of Velites actually will beat 1 or 2 units of these. So we need to be careful with them. And as it is, we are taking heavy casualties from enemy arrows. But that cannot be helped at the moment. We need to clear out the Velites first. Okay, they are breaking. So the last Velites unit, and then we could perhaps once again focus on the Archer Auxilia. And despite loose formation, that's quite hefty casualties we are taking. So we have lost a bit more than they. So doesn't look too good for victory at the moment. Okay, break. Great, and begin to fire at the Archer Auxilia. Actually, that they fire arrows is good thing for us, because the rate of fire should be a bit lower, and thus give us more opportunities to inflict casualties. And this is of course provided that our guys don't break from those fire arrows. Okay, fire. Ah, sneak attack.
Your warlord's bowels
No!
water, and he runs from the fight. Better that he die than live.
That was one nasty piece of charging from those Archer Auxilii. Well, I guess this will be it. Yeah. They did put up a good fight, but they were just out archered and javelined. In this case, I'm mostly worried about the enemy cavalry actually charging us. Because I think otherwise we do have quite neat counter for them with these units, but if they indeed charge us, I think we are done for. And actually the casualty ratio seems quite even despite we have more men than they do. And that's a cause for worry. Are they charging in? No. And exactly as I feared.
Fight for an old woman like him.
And now they will do the same for these, yeah. Nice unit, but the morale seems to be their weak point. Yeah.
Warriors have been defeated this time, but there may be chances for revenge.
Let's hope so. Still, decent enough casualties inflicted. In this case, I think we can just fire at them. Of course, firing from the flanks or rear will be better, but due to the small shields, I think every direction is decent enough. Let's hope you could actually break this before it really comes close enough. Or too close. Okay. Shouldn't be too many of you anymore over there. You pull back a bit more. You can begin to fire at those. Okay, great. Perhaps one or two more volleys will suffice to make sure that they are not coming back. And then you can begin to fire at those. You as well. Do we need a bit of help from you? Okay, great. No, you fire at these because this is from the backside. Okay.
The warlord of the enemy army is running like a startled goat. Hunt him! Goats make good eating!
Okay, I think this should do the trick relatively quickly. I wouldn't want to be in that phalanx. And that's it. Without any casualties, by the way.
Until they can kill no more! This is a crushing victory!
Attempt number 3 and the final attempt. So the issue in this battle is that the Romans do have heavy cavalry that has shields, so it can pretty much alone wreck this whole army if it does it properly. So let's try to inflict what casualties we can, but it is not really looking too good. Well, if they remain there for a while longer, then more all the time. It's okay, now this will break. Yeah, you see the amount of casualties it's taking so quick. But that caused the cavalry to turn its back. Okay, that's breaking as well. Hey, don't you dare to fire at those town watches. You have real targets over here. I guess now you need to fire at those town watches if you want to fire at something. I don't really like that big shield they have, but okay, and now the cavalry is coming back. This is by far the best result from the 3, so we'll stick with that. And there goes our general.
Cowardly old woman, not concerned with dying like a warrior, he runs.
Yeah, not a big surprise. And some additional casualties, one more volley. Still one more. You can do it. And there you go. Yeah.
Victory belongs to the cunning enemy.
I doubt that
Died for nothing.
Archer Warband could get significantly better result than this. Regarding the results, the unit gets 355 points out of 700, clearly performs really well against infantry, decently enough against missile units, but if enemy has cavalry, it requires some infantry protection. Regarding the requirements, the unit costs 270 denarii to recruit, that's 41 points out of 50. The upkeep is 170 per turn per unit, that's 65 points out of 150. The requirements are City Tier 2, Practice Range or Archery Range, that's 80 points out of 100. Training time is 1 turn, that's 100 points out of 100, making the total from requirements 286. Thus the total score is 641, putting the unit among the, let's say, mid-tier units in this game. Regarding the verdict, I have to admit that I actually like this unit. The fast movement speed means that it can stay ahead most of infantry, so that's really nice. And it can do decently well against enemy missile and cavalry units, but it does need some support. And what makes it really nice is the ease with which to get it. So Tier 2 settlement can produce it. For example, the Romans do require Tier 3 city. So, I mean, that's quite a difference. So, I mean, the unit is decent enough. Of course, in Scythian roster or Scythian roster, horse archers are much more overpowered, but this unit is actually at least carried me in Dacian campaign in the early game. So, I mean, a decent enough unit, in my opinion. If well supported, it can shine. But that's only my view of the unit. Do you agree or disagree? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. And thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member. And very special thanks to existing channel members: Napoleon Complex, Kosakusar, Mark Anthony, Blue Eye Wolf, Grand Robinson. Your support is greatly treasured. Have a great rest of the day. QualityOldGames out.